What is your history of living, working, playing, and volunteering in the city of Springfield?
Yeah, I was born and raised in this city of Springfield, lifelong resident, and grew up in the Mason Square neighborhood with my parents. And just quite frankly, we navigated throughout those neighborhoods in Mason Square. Um, Went to Springfield Public Schools, graduated from the High School of Commerce, and then after that, I went on to HCC where I received my education there. Began to work. I started at a call center where I learned my customer service skills at an early age. Just answering phones and being available to those customers that had problems in insurance. So I learned at an early age customer service. And then I had the opportunity to work at the YMCA. I worked my way up from being a gym supervisor, gym monitor, to my last position at the Y was executive director of the Dunbar Community Center, the iconic Dunbar Community Center, where I worked with kids and families, helped them and nurtured them through sports and after school extracurricular activities, and also bringing families together and helping our seniors with programming as well. And then I had the opportunity to be an administrative aide in the city council, where again I learned the ins and outs of local and national government, but more importantly local. And I learned, open meeting laws and different things and the nuances that go on in the city council. And then I had the opportunity to work where my current position is the mayoral aide and assistant to Mayor Dominic J. Sarno, our mayor here, where again I deal with constituent services each and every day, answering phone calls and being ready available to take on whatever may come up that day. Volunteer. I volunteer regularly. I coach. I'm a lifelong coach. When I became of age, but I've been coaching since my early 20s, and that's volunteer work. Taking kids up and down the highways, traveling East Coast to Maine, Philly, taking money out of my own family to make sure kids had the opportunity to play basketball, not only here in the city of Springfield, but to travel. And that's a whole responsibility with my volunteers, just being there for the children and making sure they have an opportunity to go out and see and build bonds that are lifelong relationships that we have today.
In your opinion, what is the most pressing issue in the city of Springfield, and, if elected, how would you address it?
Right now, we want to look at the crime. I think crime is running rampant. On the trail, what I've been hearing from the constituents in Ward 5 is crime. So we want to make sure our residents feel safe, not only at home, but also when they're traveling in their car, when they get to work, and then when they get back home, that they're safe. So we want to make sure, I'm going to make a concerted effort. We have C3 policing in our different neighborhoods, which is Mason Square and throughout the city, North End, but we don't have it in 16 acres, So I want to make sure I push for that C3 policing, neighborhood policing, where our residents can have some representation up in 16 acres. So I believe, and I will push for better transparency and making sure our residents feel safe in our great city, the city of Springfield.
If elected, how would you collaborate with others in City Hall to make Springfield a better place?
Yeah, it's all about building relationships, I truly believe. There's nobody more equipped than me that's running for this seat. I built my career on being fair, transparent, and listening to others. So I think a key component of this is listening and making sure not only is my voice being heard, but also the person or persons' voices are being heard, and we can come to a happy medium to agree to disagree, but come together as a common goal. So I would use my leverage as relationships that I have throughout the community. Not only do I have relationships in the Black community, but I also have relationships in the Hispanic and also our white community. So I believe building relationships and bridging those gaps, reach across the aisle, and making sure we're working together. Because together, we're stronger. I truly believe that's what's going to get the city turned back around, all the way around, is working together and making sure we're on one accord.